Hey y'all, welcome back to the Florida Keys. Today I'm down at the 7 Mile Bridge and we're going to be fishing for literally everything today. We're going to work the bridges. There's the old bridge here and the new bridge. And it's called 7 Mile Bridge because it's literally 7 miles long, but we're going to be throwing some baits, trying to catch whatever. And whatever we get that's legal to use, I'm going to put it on my big rod and we're going to try to get sharked, man. We're going to try to hook into something massive. And down here on the 7 Mile Bridge, could be bull sharks, could be hammerheads, lemons, all kinds of species of sharks roam around in this area here. So anything's possible. So we're gonna go unedited, raw and uncut, y'all. I'm gonna put y'all here in the chest and we're gonna get after it. I've come down a pretty good ways here. Let me show you this before we get started. I've come down pretty good ways on this bridge, probably a mile or so down there. I put in down here at a beach just below the bridge. Real nice park. You park your vehicle, you're just a few feet away from the water for launching a kayak. It's great. But the water down there, real shallow. And you've also, on the old bridge, you've got a public fishing area for part of it. So when you're working around the bridges and stuff, you got to dodge people above you dropping down to fish. And so I come down past that, and then I run into some fishermen, and then I run into some more fishermen. So I kept coming until I saw kind of wide open water here for us. And so we're going to start here so we can hopefully avoid some people, and we'll just start making some casts, man. And whatever we get here, it's on. It's going on the hook. So I've got this is one of my favorite baits to throw back home in Tennessee for catching catfish bait, but it's worked really well in the salt as well, and that's a sumo spoon. It's just a piece of metal with a hook. I've got it on a 15-pound fluoro leader with a swivel and a worm weight there. That worm weight gives it some casting distance because this thing is super light. The swivel, very important, because this thing, how it works is it spins through the water. And without a good ball bearing swivel, you will end up with a bunch of line twist on your main line here, which is 30-pound braid. So we're just gonna throw it around the concrete. We'll probably work both bridges here at some point, depending on how things are going. I've also got 2 other rods with me. Two other rods in addition to my shark rod. But we've got one set up as a light tackle option. We can put on some pieces of shrimp, which I've got some shrimp laid out here in the floor, and toss around the concrete here and hopefully get some fish. I've also got a little bit heavier setup that we can put some whole shrimp on and try to get maybe some larger fish with that. But right now, I want to focus on the spoon because the wind is up a little bit. I've waited till late in the afternoon to come out here. It's a little after 2 o'clock right now. The wind was up this morning, but it's supposed to slack off as the afternoon goes on, but it's still going to be a little choppy at times probably, but it's good enough. It's calm enough that we can fish out here. And so looking at the wind forecast, today was going to be the best day for us to have a chance of coming down here and fishing 7 Mile Bridge. I didn't come down here when I was here in November, and I said, I gotta hit this place. When I come back on this trip, there's something. We're already hooked up right here. Oh, and he just spit it too. I just lost him. Whatever he was, I lost him, folks. That's a good sign though. We're already getting hit, man. But yeah, folks, I think it's a little after 2 o'clock, but we're gonna go unedited. Raw and uncut. Probably fish till a little before dark. I wanna make sure I'm back to the car before things go dark out here, because when things go bump in the night out here in the ocean, it ain't something you want to get bumped by, I'll tell you that. I sure as heck don't. That'd be a different kind of raw and uncut video. Might be me getting cut by some shark potentially. What that might be. But that's the plan, folks. We're gonna work this until we get something that we can put on live. I do have some leather jacks in my cooler from a couple days ago. This is my 3rd fishing session since I've come down here to Florida. Oh, fish. Let's see what this is. See if we can keep him hooked up. See if he's something we can legally use. If he is, we'll just slice him. Well, it ain't gonna matter. Let's check our hook. What the hell's going on here? That's 2 now that we've had come unbuttoned. That's bad luck, folks. Y'all get your lucky rabbit's foot out your pocket and check it. Something's went wrong with it. We've hooked 2 fish. There's another one. Keep this and hooked, would you? 3 fish now, and y'all ain't landed a one of them yet. Let's see what this thing is. He's fighting like a Dickens, buddy. He's got another one with him right there, too. Is this another one of them old leather jacks? No? I don't know what this is. I don't know what he is, but he looks like a good shark bait to me. What do y'all think? We'll just hope fingers crossed, he's something legal. He looks like a good size though, man. That's a good size. He's definitely an active swimmer. I can get hold of him here before he flops out, folks. I'm gonna just run this hook. This is an 11/0 size circle hook. I'm gonna just go in the mouth here. Try to go out a nostril if I can. There we go. Y'all turn your head a minute. We're gonna slice and dice a little bit here and see if we can't get him not only thrashing around a little bit, but also maybe wound him a little bit there. Hold on, we gotta work around the bridge here. We're getting swept into it. The wind's blowing this way and the current's going this way. So that's what's going to create a little chop as it gusts. But again, it's supposed to lay down a little bit. All right, whatever the hell this is, let's send him out behind us. We will send him out and let him swim behind. I don't have a balloon on this rig. That's an 11/0 size circle hook on 400-pound mono. Something I'm trying on this trip is trying to get away from the wire. Just mono only for the sharks. The first shark I landed on day 1 of this trip, no issues. I fought the shark for about 20 minutes, got him up the kayak. No issues with the mono. So, all right, let's stick him in the rod holder. I got him a little bit behind us there. Don't want him too close that something's going to go wrong for us if we get hooked up, but also don't want him so far away that he's going to end up swimming down between these bridges, you know. We got to keep him close enough for us to be able to cast and keep him from going where we don't want him to go. But that's in Carp. We had 3 bites real quick on this spoon. Y'all finally managed to land one, thank goodness. But we'll have him swimming around back there, folks, and who knows what the heck's gonna happen. The good thing about this area is, well, I mean, there's a lot of life here, first off. 7 Mile Bridge, you got 2 bridges. So basically 14 miles of concrete, right? Plus you got these power lines out here also. So that's another concrete structure for fish to congregate around. So lots of structure out here to hold fish, and guess what? The sharks will be around taking advantage of those fish. Easy meals. But we're going to try to fish through here, and if we hook something big, something massive, what I was trying to get at there, and I lost my train of thought, bear with me. This ain't the most professional operation here, folks. What I was going with it, let's say we hook into something massive, which is possible. Out here, the water is so shallow, Like, I don't have a graph on this kayak, so I don't know exactly how deep we are. But I can see bottom right here. And the cool thing about that is if we hook something that's too big for us to land, which possible, right? Like, that's very, very possible that we hook into something massive that we'll never have a chance of actually landing. The good thing with it being so shallow is we'll get to see it. Like, we'll be able to get up on top of it and be close enough to it that we'll be able to know. I'll have to probably cut it off. You know, we hook into a big hammerhead or a big 8 or 10 foot bull shark or something. We're not going to land it out here in my Hobie Lynx kayak that weighs 47 pounds, folks. We're not getting any leverage on that fish. It's going to tow us all over creation, but we'll at least be able to see it here. When I come down in November and I fished at Bahia Honda, whatever you want to call it, the channel through there is so deep that, man, them fish hit your bait, they go down. Like, you're not going to be able to see them. You can't get a look at them. So you fight them forever. Now, I had to end up cutting both of them and have no idea what they were. Out here, we're at least going to know what they are. We're still going to have to cut them probably, but we're at least going to know what we got hooked. It may take an hour or more to figure it out for us to catch up with the dang thing, but we're going to know about it. I'm excited, y'all. This is a pretty cool place. It's kind of I guess a touristy type location, if you will. I mean, this is a pretty well-known spot. Even before I started coming down to the Florida Keys, I had heard of the 7 Mile Bridge. And it's a great place to put in at as far as a kayak goes, because that little beach there, it's a public park. It's free. There's bathrooms, there's trash cans, you know, whatever you need if you need to change out your line or tie rigs or whatever. You got plenty of space right there, and you're so close to the water, like you don't have to go through any effort to launch a kayak. Really nice. It's just, you got to come out here a pretty good ways off that park to be able to get into some water deep enough to fish and get away from the bank fishermen and then get away from other fishermen and all that. So we're going to be covering some water this afternoon, but hopefully we can hook up with a shark quickly, and even if it takes an hour or two, we can still deal with that and make it back before dark. I wish I could have got out here earlier today, but the wind was ripping first thing this morning. I mean, it was ripping. Yesterday, I ended up going up to Key Largo and fishing a canal because the wind was up so much. Tomorrow, it's looking pretty questionable too. We've got some questionable days coming up. It's going to be some situations where I'm just going to have to kind of look at the wind, look at the direction, and maybe try to find some places that we can hide from it. Oh, fish. Oh, it's another one right here. It's fighting like a Dickens, buddy. This spoon, man, I tell you, oh, and he come free too. Are you kidding me? Y'all done lost another. Y'all let me cast for a little while, would you? You done lost too many daggone fish. That's another one lost. I was trying to say, though, this spoon, buddy, I mean, it absolutely catches some fish down here in the ocean. I got that other rig there that was using yesterday, and I caught a bunch of snapper, and I caught a big black drum with just a jig head and some shrimp. We didn't get anything, I don't believe, yesterday on the spot. I threw the spoon some, but I don't think we actually caught anything with it. But it seems like out here in the ocean, you throw around these bridges long enough, man, you're gonna get bit on the spoon. And I mean, we could be throwing, I've got some shrimp laid out here in the floor. I went ahead and got that set up before bust out the camera and all. Like, we could potentially throw around this concrete with the shrimp and wear out some fish too on the lighter tackle. But with the wind how it is, it's going to be a hard time for us to feel the bite. And it's easier for me right now, I think, to throw this spoon because we're just chunking and winding. This is a more active presentation, not having to necessarily rely on feel of the bait like you will with putting a piece of shrimp on a jig head. I mean, like, we kind of need to feel the bites, right? Like, well, to set the hook anyway. I mean, if a fish just nails it and takes off running, we'll obviously know, but we're not going to feel any light bites with the wind blowing a bow on our line. And I did yesterday. I stopped and got some a little bit heavier jig head. I'd been using the 1/32 ounce size because of the hooks on them are smaller. But I got some 1/16 ounce jigs yesterday, and they're called a yellowtail jig. So they've got a fairly small hook. There's something. Let's see what this is. I think this right here is what we got on our shark rod right now. This is just a smaller version of it. He's gone. Another fish though. See, y'all let me cast for a while and actually land one. I've never lost a fish in my life. Every time I hand the rod to you, it seems like we lose one. But anyway, them yellowtail jigs, they've got a smaller hook too, but it's bigger than the hooks on my 1/32 ounce jig. I don't know how big the hook is on them yellowtail jigs. It didn't say on the package, but from looking at them, it looks probably like a number 4, maybe a number 2 size hook. So a little bit bigger hook than would probably be ideal for some of them smaller fish, but we made it work yesterday. And not only caught a bunch of snapper, but got that big black drum that took forever to land on light tackle and 6-pound line, but by gosh, we got him in. We made it work, y'all. Me and you, we got it done. Me and you tag teaming down here in the Florida Keys. It is miserable cold at home right now in Tennessee. I got the heck out of Dodge. Apparently got out at the right time too, because it's allegedly, and you never know with the weather report back home, but it's allegedly going to snow up there in a couple days. They talking about maybe getting up to 6 inches in my area. So I told my girlfriend, I was like, you can have it, honey. You should have got off work and come with me. She is coming down next week for part of the week. She couldn't get all that time off work to come down with me, but she's going to fly down next Wednesday, so a week from today, and I'm going to drive up to Miami and pick her up, and then that following Saturday when I leave, I'm going to drop her back off at the airport as I make my drive back north to the frozen tundra of Tennessee. So far, so good with this bait behind us, man. He is being a trooper back there, just swimming along. I see the rod tip working a little bit. I know y'all can't see it right now the way I got it pointed, but I got it pointed off behind us. That way we can cast in front of us without getting everything tangled up. Ideally, if we were just going after sharks, I would try to maybe pedal backwards and we'd have that rod going off the front where we could keep an eye on it. But it's just this area through here with the wind blowing opposite of the current right now, it's just kind of choppy along the bridge. Like, I don't know how well it's showing up on camera, but it's just right here on the concrete, kind of choppy. And so I think we need to have that rod behind us, and I certainly want to try to catch some other fish too while we pull that bait along. There's something. There's something. This feels like another pretty good fish, whatever he is here. Oh, let me take him out here a little bit, away from this bridge a little bit. We're reeling in one of these, by gosh. Look at him go. We liable to get sharked on one of these too. Them sharks are notorious down here for coming up and eating whatever it is you're reeling in. Sharks and barracuda both. What is this thing? He is fighting, man. He is strong. Oh, that's another one of them that we got on back there. Get up in here. Get up in here before you attract something that comes up in the floor of this thing. Nice, y'all. Nice, man. Guess it's okay to grab him like that. I don't know what he is, but he's a good time, man. Get on out of here. I don't need you right now. We got your friend on back there. Hey, all right, folks. Hey, listen. Let me give you a fist pump, man. Hey, we catching some fish, buddy. I don't know what they are, but I don't even care. I'm just having fun, buddy. We out here on vacation, dodging the cold back home. Down here, it ain't like it's a beautiful day down here, folks. You can see it's kind of overcast. It ain't supposed to rain. Radar's clear. But it does look like a dreary old nasty day. But it's still way better than being home right now, folks. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Y'all done gone and done it. Y'all done gone and done it. Y'all done got you done got your bait fish here. Be careful around this bridge. Y'all buckle up. Get choppy right here. He got wrapped around that concrete. He went for a swim. He's trying to run the other way. You tell that fish, he's gonna get back over here and stay on this side of the I want him right on the edge is where I want him. I want him right on the edge of the concrete as we drift along. That's the goal. There he went. Okay. He's still on. Okay, he's still on there. All right. Yeah, I want him on the edge of the concrete as we're trolling along here. That's where I want him at. Let's get turned back around. I'm gonna let out a little more line, get some more distance between him. I swear, I think that wind's picking up, y'all. It's supposed to be slacking off today. I think it's getting worse. It's definitely better now than what it was this morning. Let me let out some more line here on this thing. It's better now for sure, but it's still up more than what I'd like. We're gonna roll with it though, man. We vacationing, we having a good time. We're gonna catch some fish today. We're already off to a good start. And it's just a matter of time before we pull that wounded bait in front of something big. He's a good size to get eat. We could have a smaller, not so much like a baby shark, but you know, a smaller shark, a 3-4 footer, could easily eat him. But he's also a good size to attract something much bigger as well. So I'm excited about him to see what he'll get if we just keep him out of the bridge column over here. We're gonna have to work around some work boats here. They're doing some work on this bridge up here, folks. We got several work boats up here. Some of them, we out here trying to vacation. They got work to be done. They got to keep these bridges safe, all these cars going over. If a hurricane comes, people got to be getting the heck out of Dodge around here. You know what might be fun too? We may end up doing this in a little while. Is just take off drifting. We'll see how many work boats are down through here. I'm counting 4 right now. I guess we could also go on the other side of this bridge. It's just going to be a little bit more choppy over there. I'd rather kind of stay between the bridges. We could go work the new bridge over there too, but hell, we're doing so good right here. I hate to change it up right now when things are going so well. We probably will have to do something down here as we get closer to these work boats. I can't tell if that one's coming at us or going away from us down there. My depth perception, it seems like the older I get, the worse my depth perception is. Oh hell, our line, we got wind knots here, folks, bear with me. Okay, here it comes. But the older I get, the worse my depth perception is. There's fish. Got us one. My night vision and depth perception's all jacked up, folks. I don't know when it happened, but I can't see worth a damn anymore. I see a fish on our line though. That's the most important thing. We got, oh, he's running too, buddy. He's running. Let me try to get up here and get away from this bridge and get some distance between our bait behind us and the column back there. What do y'all got this time? Another one of these things, man. Another one of them. That's a good sized bait right there, buddy. I don't know what these things are, but boy, they fight, man. For their size, like they're a great fight. Hey, we got us another one, man. We're catching fish, y'all. By gosh, that's what we came here to do, is catch some fish. Seems like that cast there I'd let sink down a little bit. I may throw another one out over here and just let it drop a little bit before I start to retrieve. Waves are getting a little bigger out here as we get more open water. The way the wind's blowing, I guess it's going to get worse as we go out through here, but it'd be interesting maybe to drift and just let that thing swim around and kick behind us, or we could cut the tail off maybe too and just let him sink down and fish the bottom. That's what I done there my first trip down here on Monday, my first session. I had been running the bait under the balloon and I hadn't done any good at all. Y'all saw it there. Assuming the video turned out, y'all should have seen it by now. My videos always go in sequential order. But I finally, at the end of the day, I got rid of the balloon. I said, I'm gonna cut the tail off that jack I was using at the time. I said, I'm just gonna drop him down on bottom and drag him back. I'm gonna drift back toward the bridge that I had put in at. And by gosh, I hadn't dropped him down on bottom long and he got gobbled up. It did not take long at all when I started doing that. So, but up there, I was fishing Indian Channel, Indian Key up there in Isla Mirada. And it's kind of a clearly defined channel up there. Like you can pull it up on a map and see. Woo, buddy, this is choppy. Did you see that? That's a big wave that come right there. I don't know where that come from. Won't be so bad out there away from the bridges, but it's just right in here around the concrete where it get a little choppy. I guess that other boat, that work boat, was moving away from us. I couldn't tell. My depth perception's all jacked up. I had one hit me. There, he hit it again. He hit it, missed it, now he got it. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. He just took off. Oh boy, he's ripping, buddy. He is pulling. Oh my gosh, we gotta turn, y'all. We gotta turn. We got big waves coming right there. I hope our other one don't get wrapped up in the bridge behind us. That's gonna be a problem. I'm hanging on. I'm trying to pedal. I'm trying to pedal and just pull him out away from the bridge here. I'm trying to troll him out. Again, y'all get your life jacket and your seatbelt, folks. We're gonna need it. All right, I think we got him. I think we're safely away from the bridge now for a minute. I don't know what this is, but he took off like lightning. It might be another one of them. It might be another one of them things. Whatever they are, I like catching them, I'll tell you that. It is, it's a bigger one. Oh, buddy, that's a little bit bigger one right there. They seem to be liking the spoon. Whatever they are, they like a spoon. Look at that, buddy. Let me get a thumbnail with him. And the lighting out here is terrible today to be getting a thumbnail for a video, but let me just hold him up for a second if I can, if these waves don't flip us out. In the meantime, go on, fish. I wonder, that thing's set up. Did he just get water all over the lens? No, y'all are clean. He's got that blue line. Well, look at them waves coming right there, y'all. That's terrible. Man, it is choppy. This wind. I sure hope it lets up soon. It's out of my comfort zone to fish in this kind of chop. My ocean experience is limited, of course. I wonder if them are blue runners. I remember seeing blue runner in some of the fish identification charts. I wonder if that's what they are, because they got that blue line along the top of their back. And they're definitely a runner, man. When they hit, buddy, it's on. It's on like Donkey Kong. They're fun. I'd like to sit here and catch some more of them, but I'm hesitant to get too close to the bridge because we get real close to it and the fish takes off and pulls us toward it. We're gonna be in trouble, especially if our big bait gets hit. Like, we're gonna have to get turned around quick, and that's tough to do in this kind of chop. Out of my comfort zone here, folks. We're just gonna have to do what best we can. If the wind wasn't blowing against the current, I don't think it would be as bad. Because I mean, honestly, just feeling the wind hitting my body out here, like it don't seem like it's blowing terribly hard. But because it's blowing against the current, that's why you get all this extra chop. Oh, something hit me. It got hit. Oh, it got hit again. I got hit twice right there. Let's throw back over there. Damn, some big waves when they come through, folks. Well, whatever hit us twice is gone, I guess. He done run himself to somewhere else. I kind of want to go up here and try these other bridge columns on the new bridge, because I'm wondering, those are smaller bridge columns up there. I wonder if it wouldn't be as choppy, potentially. We got a lot of weeds. I don't know if you can see on the water. There's a lot of weeds right here too. This is one thing that I've noticed. the last couple years, and again, I didn't come down here in November, but the last 2 years that I did come down here to fish the 7 Mile Bridge, there is a lot of weeds, like these floating grass patches, right? Like right there. You see a lot of that out here. And you get it a little bit up in Isla Morada where I'm staying. But it seems like the farther south you go, the more weeds you run into. Like when I was down there at Bahia Honda in November, there was a ton of weeds down there too. And it's farther on down than where I'm at today, so very, very, very weird how that is. Must be something to do with either the current or something with that just pushes it all down. We're over here by this workboat here, folks. You know I don't like being around people. Here's what we're gonna do, I think. Let's get away from them. Let's go up here and try the other bridge. Let's go up here and try the other bridge a minute. Because it looks like they're going, that boat's pushing them sideways there. I think he's turning them around the other way. Let's go up here and work this new bridge that the cars go over and see if it ain't so choppy up here. Y'all come with me. Come on. Get you snacks and let's go. We got more fish to catch. There'll be fish all over, but we'll see what it's like up here maybe. But I'm tempted, y'all, to cut the tail off that fish and me and you just take off drifting. We get away from the concrete here. Hopefully it wouldn't be as choppy. I think it's gonna be a little choppy today regardless, but nevertheless, we catching fish, folks. We're having a good time. We're working around Mother Nature. I'm thankful to be down here. We won't be back tomorrow, that's for sure. I don't know where I'm gonna go tomorrow. I'm gonna try to find us somewhere that'll be protected from the wind. I'd ideally like to fish somewhere in the salt that would give us a chance to catch a shark, but be out of the wind. And I don't know if that's maybe down by like some of them canals the $1 million houses are at, or around marinas, places like that. Like I don't know where we're going to find that at. I got to do some researching on the map tonight, because you got to not only find places like that are shielded from whichever direction that the wind's going to be blowing tomorrow, but you also got to find places that I can be able to launch at. And that's part of it too, being able to get public access in a reasonable distance from wherever it is you're trying to fish. Most of these bridges down through here in the Keys will have little pull-offs for people to either get out and hike or get out and fish or whatever, you know. They've got like all kinds of like touristy type things. And oftentimes you can just drop a kayak, especially this kayak being so lightweight, I can just drop it in right there off the side of the road by the bridges and stuff. And so it's convenient to be able to access the bridges. Now these reefs and stuff and wrecks and whatnot that's out here, most of those are so far out that I'm just not gonna go out there to those with only having pedals. Like, I'm just not gonna do it. Too far for me, especially if I go out there and I hook into something. Let's say you go out there and you go fish somewhere, it's 2 miles out. That's reasonable. I mean, I can certainly pedal out that far. It ain't the problem. Getting out and getting back, 4 mile round trip, let's say, that's not a problem. The problem is you get out there and you go 2 miles and then you hook into something massive that tows you out even farther, that's where things get a little dicey. And I've heard out there on them reefs and stuff, you get them tiger sharks and whatnot, and them things get huge. So, you know, you could certainly hook into something that's gonna take you for a ride for a few hours. And I'm all about taking a sleigh ride, buddy. I'm all about it, but I want to be able to make it back. The first time I was down here, and this video's on my channel, I hooked something right in through here in between these bridges. And it took me on a ride way out there, about 3 miles out. Now, I never did get a look at it. Finally, I kept running in them crab pots, and it finally, I guess my line had weakened because it had run, I'd gotten wrapped up in so many of those ropes, those buoys on the pots, that it finally broke me off out there in one of them. But I mean, I got towed way out by that thing, whatever it was. I mean, it was huge. We just picked up some weeds right here. I do think the current is picking up. I don't know the whole tide schedule and stuff. I'm not good at, I haven't got that dialed in yet. But I can tell when I got out here, the current was pretty light. And it has definitely started to pick up. I'm just gonna try to keep working us here around these. And if we don't get bit up and down through here, what I may do is take us back on the other side with the old bridge and go on the back side of it. We'll be more exposed to the wind, but we'll be out of the way of these fellas working here. And we know there's fish over there on that bridge for sure. I sure hope that bait gets eaten, man. I want him to just get absolutely destroyed. Yeah, this current's really picked up, man. I'm just trying to go in a line here. Like, you can see how far we're getting pushed off of this bridge very quickly. Yeah, it may be easier on us. I think it actually is going to be easier with the current picking up to go on the other side. Let's do that. Then, here's the other thing. We go on the other side over here. As the current pushes our live bait off to the side of us there, we won't have to worry about him getting caught in the bridge columns as we move along. Because that could get sketchy quick if that happens. Like if we're on this side of the bridge and he's behind us, that could get real sketchy. But it's a little sketchy just looking out through there anyway. I don't know if I want to go through there or not, y'all. I don't think I do. I might be chickening out a little bit. Them some big waves coming through there. And it's not so much the size of the waves, it's how tight they are. That's what I'm a little concerned about. They're very tight today. Maybe let's just try to stay right through here for a minute. Maybe if that wind slacks up and we get a little break in it for a second, we'll make the turn and go through there. I'm gonna have to be careful though, because I'm gonna be pushed up on this real quick. So will our bait behind us there. I do so many stupid things, y'all, just because I don't really know what I'm doing. And say, Stupid people are most likely to die. I certainly ain't trying to die out here, but there's some. I mean, it probably won't show up on the camera because of the motion stabilization, but like those are some really big waves. The wind may be worse farther offshore. That's the Gulf side over there. It's the Atlantic that way, the Gulf of Mexico to the other direction. What we could do, if y'all wanted to, is make a run. Oh, well, we gotta catch a fish first. There's definitely more life on the old bridge over here, it seems like. We didn't have a single bite on the new bridge. We went that way. Boy, look at him go. Look at him go. Look at him go. I gotta pedal, man. I gotta pedal. I gotta try to get us off this bridge. Yeah. He just, I don't know what this is. It may be another one of these things. Man, they are incredible. It's like they hit and they fight a little bit and then they just bolt, man. They just take off. Like a lightning rod, man. Goodness. It's another one. Whatever these are amazing. These things are incredible. I like these things. See it? This right here, though, this line, that blue line, I don't know if it shows up on camera right there. Bright blue. It makes me think, I mean, if they ain't a blue runner, they're missed an opportunity. Because that'd be a good name for that fish. But one thing we could do is make a run that direction and then let the current drift back this way. Like maybe run up there. There's a couple islands up yonder there. We could make a run up that way, troll this bait behind us as we go along, and then just, once we get up there, cut his tail or something, and drift him back near bottom. I got something. I thought I had one after that bait again. It felt like I got tapped a couple times. I wish it wasn't so rough right here, man. I would love to really slow down and fish this more effectively. I just can't easily do that right now. I'm struggling a little bit here, folks. I would ideally have a fishing partner out here in these conditions, safety purposes. If one thing goes wrong with you, you could have somebody helping you out or calling for help, but I'm all by my lonesome down here. My friends from Ohio that I was initially going to fish the Crystal River with, and then because of the cold, they decided, well, let's come on down here. They aren't coming now at all. One of them's wife has had surgery recently and apparently isn't progressing as much as they had, or as quickly as they had hoped, and then their dog got sick, and so because of whatever's going on with his wife, she wasn't going to be able to take the dog to the vet and the follow-up appointments for it, and so nevertheless their trip got canceled. So I'm going to be down here by my lonesome until my girlfriend shows up, and of course she's not a fisherman anyway. If she was out here in these conditions, as choppy as it is, she'd be puking her guts out. She gets real motion sick. When we drive somewhere, she has to drive or else she don't do good. I honestly, I mean, I'm happy to be down here, and these fish that we're catching are a lot of fun, but had I known it was going to be like this, I would not have come here. I would have found us somewhere else that was better conditions. Just being 100% honest with you. I'm sure other places we could have maybe shielded ourselves a little bit, but I mean, honestly, when I got out here, where I put in at, it wasn't bad, but you know, the island down there where I was at, because I put in on that side, it was shielded from the wind. And once you get out here, especially this far down on the bridge, like you're just more exposed to the wind. I passed numerous fishing boats down through here though. And I mean, it's not like it's random nobodies either. I mean, it looks like people that know what they're doing. They got all the fancy gear. Oh, fish. He smacked it. There he goes. Good, he's swimming out this way. Let's follow him on out. Boy, they fight hard, man. Whatever these things are amazing. They are so strong for their size. Oh boy, we got some more big waves. We just went through some big waves. We got some more coming behind us here. Oh, oh, oh. I'm just tired him out. He's doing his thing, man. I don't want to horse him in too much. I'm afraid I'll break my line. Yeah, it's another one, man. These things are thick in here right now. I don't know, again, I don't know anything about these. So I don't know if they are a desirable fish, if they're they should be, because I mean, they're fun to catch, but like, I don't know, are they considered a trash fish, or are they a sought after fish? I hope there ain't no major regulations on them, since I got one on a hook trying to catch a shark with right now. Hopefully whatever regulations they have on them, hopefully I'm good with size and all, because they're, I mean, they've all been pretty good size, so. I'm just gonna keep working this right through here best I can. They seem to be kind of out from the bridge column a little bit. And they'll clearly come get it. I mean, they got the speed. You bring this bait by one of those fish, they can come get it, man. They've got the speed. But yeah, these other fishermen I passed down here, like, I mean, they seem like they know what they're doing. They got nice boats, nice gear and whatnot, which I know don't always mean anything. But they seem like they were competent. And they were on down here. I passed them up, so I'd say anywhere down through here we got an opportunity to bust some fish. I certainly, when I've been down here in the past, I had actually hooked my big fish farther on down this way. Like I got out here and just kept coming because I just kept seeing people. I was trying to get away from everybody. Y'all know me, I ain't really all that social, and I'm just trying to avoid people. Farther down I went, the more people I just kept seeing. Yeah, I know y'all ain't got the best view right now. I'm trying to angle myself a little bit into the current. That way we keep a safe distance away from the bridge when we hook something. And we also got these big waves, periodically, I get my words out, coming through, and I don't want them hitting me sideways. Like I want them either hitting me from the front or the back, not side. I don't want to be sideways in them. if that makes sense. If we hook into a big shark though, y'all gotta holler at him and tell him, go that way. Don't go under this old bridge, because it's gonna get sketchy, man. It's gonna get sketchy real quick. It's all, I mean, honestly, it's already a little sketchy as it is. For me, anyway. Every time when I see them waves rolling through and crashing against the concrete over here behind us, it gets a little sketchy. But I'm having the time of my life down here, though, man. The last 2 days have been incredible. The weather ain't as warm down here right now. Yesterday, it had a little cold snap. Last night, it was actually in the 50s. I had to turn the heat on at my hotel. So we've had a little cold snap down here, but it's still way warmer than at home. And you come down here and it's paradise. There's so many fish to be caught. I guarantee you I wouldn't be catching nothing if I was at home right now, because I wouldn't even be fishing. I wouldn't be fishing today, folks. At a high of 30 degrees, I ain't gonna be out there. I ain't doing it. Too big a pansy. You see how big a pansy I am. I don't even want to go on the other side of this bridge right now because of how choppy it is. You think I'm gonna get out there at 30 degrees at home? Hell no. I ain't gonna do it. So, just me being down here is allowing me to fish. It looks, and maybe it's fool's gold, I don't know, but it looks so much better on out that way than what it is right around here along the bridges. It looks like it's just calmer out that way. Maybe it ain't, but it looks like it is. Which makes me then kind of want to go out there, cut that thing, and just let him drift along the bottom. I don't know if that'd even be possible, really, because I don't know about the weed situation. You think there's a lot of weeds out there? Some of this area through here, we can't really see right now with the glare. I can't anyway. I ain't got my glasses on. But some of this area through here, you can see the weeds on bottom. Obviously, there's weeds that's broken loose and floating on the top I showed you, but there'll be patches of weeds on the bottom too. I don't know. Once you get out, going farther on out that way, I don't know how bad the weeds are. Here comes helicopter, man. Y'all wave. Use all your fingers too. I don't want you being rude out here. They sightseeing or something going on up there. We give them a sight down here catching some fish. We hook into a shark, it's going to be a heck of a sight. I want to catch another one of them fish we've been getting. I'd be content just catching them things all afternoon. I mean, I want to catch a shark, obviously, but as far as actual fish that we're getting here on the spoon, I'd be happy sitting here catching more of them. I'm gonna look them up later and figure out what exactly they are. I'd about be willing to bet you a nickel they're a blue runner, since they got that blue line on them. Now, where the hell is this guy going? Is he really coming right at us here? What's he doing? He ain't even watching where he's going. Is he really going to come right in here between the power poles and the bridge and us? Is he just going to stop right there and fish, I guess? He don't know what the hell he's doing. He's running down through here. I ain't paying a lick of attention. No, he's gonna drop an anchor right there. He's gonna cut us off, I guess. What a jerk. If he goes overboard, I ain't helping him out. Well, I can't believe that. "7 miles this damn bridge." They're gonna get right over here on top of the guy in the kayak. Unreal. Well, let's go around this asshole. We should have just kept going to the left earlier is what we should have done. I hope they don't catch a damn thing. Here comes another one. They ain't even gonna acknowledge us either. Ain't gonna wave, nothing. Just pull up right in front of us and drop an anchor. I mean, literally 7 miles of bridges, folks. 7 miles of bridges. 7 miles of bridges, and they come right up here with a guy in a kayak and drop an anchor. He's already hooked up with the fish too. All right, we'll get back over here on this side. Boy, people just tear me up, man. You can't find considerate people anywhere. 7 miles of bridges, and you got to get right there in front of us. I mean, just, and it ain't like I don't give a damn. We're working down through here anyway, you know. It's not like we're married to a spot. I'm not anchored down or anything. But it's just principle of it, like, you know. I ain't gonna gripe and complain, folks. It's 30 degrees back home. It could be far worse. Things could be far worse than dealing with some jerk down here in paradise. But that, you gotta admit, that was kind of a jerk move. I think it's a jerk move anyway. What do I know? I don't really know I don't know what's considered courteous and disrespectful and all that here in the saltwater world. Like, I don't know the unspoken rules and stuff. I don't really know all that stuff. It's not my world, not my culture, but just, to me, that guy seems rude. I hope they don't catch a damn thing. I ain't gonna be telling them good luck. That's for sure. It seems like we're catching less fish the further back we come down this way, though. Oh, did y'all see that? Did you see that right out there? There was a sea turtle. He poked his head up. He was right out there. There was a big sea turtle too. Last time we come here in November, I went to the sea turtle hospital. Me and my girlfriend took a tour, and it was pretty cool. They've got a fancy operation going there. They rescue injured turtles. And some of them they rehabilitate and release them back out into the ocean, and others that can't be sent back out safely, they keep them there at the hospital. It's a pretty cool deal. I actually drove right by it on the way down here today too, because it's I don't know if it's in, I think it is in Marathon technically, where the hospital's located. Marathon, Florida. But yeah, I drove right by it coming down here either way. Well, y'all, I feel like we've went through a little drought here between fish, and maybe I'm just impatient. But I feel like we have gone through a little drought. The further we're getting back down this way, I'm kind of thinking about making a run, y'all, and just drifting back. That's what I'm really thinking about it, because I want to hook up to something massive today. I want to hook up to some, okay, there went our drought. We just had another bite. Let me make another cast or two over here, because we got hit with something. Something rocked us over here. He didn't hook up though. Yeah, I think here in a minute, we're just gonna take off, go a long ways that direction. We'll troll our live bait behind us as we do it. When we get up there, we'll cut him real good, get him bleeding, drop him down and drift back. Fish him on bottom, because I mean he's been swimming around back there, but I mean I assume he's swimming up near the surface, right? I mean I assume he is. I can see my rod tip when I look at it, like he's still kicking, he's still alive. So I'd like to go fish him on bottom and drift back. And what we may do too, boy, it'd be a hassle if he got nailed as we trolled up through there. But we could troll this spoon behind us as we make our way along. And we might pick off something with it potentially as well. I think that's what we're going to do. I think, well, I say that, and oh gosh, I got something tap me then too. Let me make one or two more casts here. I'm just gonna see if we can hook up with whatever them. I'd like to catch me one more of them things, whatever they are. I don't know if it's gonna happen right here. All right, if we don't get hit right here, it's the last cast for now. We're going to make a run. We will throw the spoon out, although God help us if we hook up to something on our big live bait trolling behind us and we got the spoon out. That would be a tangled mess potentially. Before I throw the spoon out, let me just check this bait again. Just make sure he ain't got because we've come through all these weed patches. I want to make sure he ain't got weeds all over the hook or anything. Let's take a look at him here. Oh, he's still kicking, man. Okay. Let's put him out behind us. Let's go, y'all. Let's take off. We're gonna go this way. Well, let's do a little bit more line. Okay. Let's set him there. Now let's take our spoon. Let's throw it over there. We'll make a short cast with it. We'll stick it in that rod holder. Now let's just go. Let's troll. I don't know. We'll troll a spell. We'll make a long run up here toward these islands. And then once we're tired of kicking, We'll reel that thing in, wound him real good, drop him down, and just drift back. We'll let the current take us back. It's still going to be relatively shallow up in here. I mean, all things considered compared to some of the other places we've been, but I can already tell you as we're coming out this side of this bridge, it ain't nearly as choppy out here. Once we get away from this concrete, I think we're going to be a lot better off. From a safety aspect, anyway. Y'all may not care about that, but by gosh, I do. I'm trying to make it out of here today. I want to catch us some fish, but I want to get out of here too and go eat some bad food tonight. I had some more, but I ain't had but one, and all the times I've been down here, I ain't had but one good meal in the Florida Keys. It was a place called Twisted Shrimp. Now, I'm going to take my girlfriend back when she gets down here next week, but I ate at another place last night, a little Chinese place. It was kind of in one of them little strip mall shopping centers in Isla Mirada. And I thought, yeah, sometimes places like that, like you get back home, sometimes in little hole in the wall Chinese places, they're either really good or really bad. You don't get a lot of in between. Like it's either great, it's a mom and pop deal, and it's either great food or it's awful. And it just happens, this place was awful. It was pretty terrible. I couldn't choke it down. I ate a few bites of it and I was like, I'm just gonna go hungry tonight. I'm gonna stumble into a good restaurant here though. I just keep trying different stuff. Trying different places. And I don't think I'm that picky on food. Like I think I'm pretty agreeable to most things, but the food here is just exceptionally bad. Every place I've been, except Twisted Shrimp, which that was the best shrimp I've ever eaten in my life. But everything else I've had down here has been terrible. Here's another exception. Key Lime Pie Lady, and that's the name of her brand. Her key lime pie is out of this world. I mean, out of this world. It is amazing. Best key lime pie I've ever eaten. Have we got a fish on here? Or have I got weeds? I think we got a fish. We got a fish. I don't know what he is. Oh, we got one of them old leather jacks. Well, I already got a cooler full of these things. I got to be careful here. Just shake yourself off, fish. Shake yourself off there. I don't want him getting us. These things here, I've talked about this in a couple videos now, but they got spikes on them right there and some more up top with their fins, and if they penetrate you, it stings like a devil. I had one get me last time, and boy, they do some damage, folks. Them things are, it's like a bee sting in your hand when you get a hold of one of them things. Well, folks, I know this was supposed to be a raw and uncut, unedited video. And it kind of is for the part that you're going to see, but once I come out and made my run up here by these islands and started drifting, like, I just think, well, we ain't had nothing else going on. And I don't want to waste your time watching, a couple hours of that when it just ain't had nothing, right? So I'm going to cut off part of the video before we come up here. And so we'll at least have the other fish, whatever the heck where they are. Maybe some of y'all out there can identify them for me. Maybe I'll throw this video on my second channel or something, but we gave it a college try, man. But the wind, it's never really slacked off. It's just been choppier than what I want to deal with out here, and at least for along the bridge there, and it ain't done us no favors out here, that's for sure. So we'll hopefully come back out here at some point before my vacation's over on a better, calmer day and give it another shot. But nevertheless, whatever the heck I hooked into along the bridge there, those things were fun, y'all. So I definitely want to share that with you on this part of the trip. But I'm not going to subject you to a couple hours of me just drifting around, not getting any shark activity. So anyway, thanks for coming with me on the good part of the trip, and I'll see you next time. Hopefully we'll do better on the next one. I'll see you then.